Thank you for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh. It's Tuesday, and yes, I know it wasn't quite as sunny as yesterday, but my goodness, it feels like spring is here, and it is warming everything.
It does. We got out yesterday and had a good time. Logan was on his Power Wheels. So much fun.
Rocking and rolling.
All right, well, we have a lot planned for today, including this. This is Pittsburgh becoming a news desert. From small neighborhoods to big regional stories, journalists are working harder than ever to share their stories in their communities. Very interesting.
Yeah, we're going to show you how a local collaboration is fighting to save local news. Plus, a bowl of soup may seem simple, but it's making a big impact in the fight against hunger, how you can help your neighbors in need.
And we're talking about a new effort to revitalize some of Allegheny County's main streets.
That and so much more coming up this hour. First, though, your local headlines in under 90 seconds in today's Bird's Eye View.
It's been a vacant lot since this explosion, and police say the man who lived here, Jacob Rabb, he intentionally manipulated a natural gas line to a dryer, which caused this explosion. Rabb, his then wife, and 3 children were inside the home. Months after the explosion, Rabb and his then wife separated, and she filed a protection from abuse order. Investigators say she then found threatening notes in her home from Rabb, admitting to blowing up the house.
They're already among the most accomplished chefs in the country. And Padma is here with us live to tell us more about it before episode 2 drops tomorrow night. First of all, congratulations. I know you have done so much to make this show become a reality.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for everyone to finally see it. It was a lot of fun to create this show, and just, you know, what would I do? What would I include? What would I leave behind? I just wanted to make a fresh show that evolved with the way television has evolved.
So cool to talk with her on Pittsburgh Today Live today, and make sure that you set your reminder. Tomorrow night is when episode 2 drops. You can watch all of that on Paramount Plus and of course on KDKA Live as it happens. Well, all across Western PA, you can see kind of the remnants of yesteryear. Beautifully designed business districts, only now they're empty storefronts. I know I've driven through so many areas like this with the thought, I bet this was really amazing back in the day. But the bustling main streets, they could be making a comeback. Mikey has more.
Yeah, you know how almost every town used to have that one main street, the coffee shop, the hardware store, the place that everyone gathered. Well, now Allegheny County is putting more than $4 million toward bringing those business districts back to life through a new initiative called Main Streets Allegheny. And what's interesting, there are about 45 municipalities across the country that still have walkable main street corridors that could benefit from this kind of investment. The funding could help with things like murals, better lighting, signage, and street festivals, even grants and loans to help small businesses. Some communities are already seeing momentum, places like Munhall, Homewood, and Mount Oliver, where efforts are underway to spruce up their downtown areas and attract more local activity. Now, the big idea here, it's very simple. A strong Main Street could help mean a stronger neighborhood, you know, places where people actually shop, gather, and build community.
You know, I think it's kind of the natural evolution is, you know, maybe more people move to different suburbs, or we've seen kind of this shift in, you know, what's available as far as work and jobs and maintaining those and staying in those communities. You know, a lot of my family is from Newcastle.
Right.
And going into, they still have plenty of businesses in their downtown Newcastle area, but you can see, and my mom even talking about, you know, growing up there and what it looked like back in the day, you can see how beautiful it once was and how vibrant it probably was. And so you think about this and think how far this could go to really maintaining population in some of these communities and bringing life and vitality back to these communities. Like, I am all in for this.
Me too. I love this idea. I mean, you think about it, oftentimes now when people are moving or looking for a neighborhood to raise a family in, they're looking for places that are walkable, where they can just, you know, go around the corner and maybe go get coffee or grab a donut or something like that. And I love the fact that the money that this grant will supply, it'll allow these neighborhoods to even hold festivals. And if you hold a festival on the main street, you know, you've done it before. You walk down and then you're able to discover new businesses that you didn't even know were there. So I think it's really cool.
It's just, you know, I think the hardest part is that people need to shop local, and we need to encourage more of that, and that's how you're going to get people, you're going to get these businesses to thrive. They need customers in order to make sure that they can stay open, remain open. So I'd love to see this happen. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
I wonder, now, is it designated for any specific communities yet, or can they just apply for it?
I think they can just apply for it, but they have started work in some communities already. Some have gotten the funding, so it's going to be exciting to see how this transpires.
I can't wait to see it. Yeah. Well, something we are bringing you each Tuesday here on Talk Pittsburgh, consumer tips. We could use them too. We are sharing tricks, hacks, and ideas for saving money, making smarter purchases, and sometimes a good sale that we don't want to gatekeep. And I am very pumped about today's topic.
Oh, I know you are. All right, so today we're talking travel. Specifically, Boaz Frankel's favorite way to travel, cruises.
It's wave season, and if you have never heard of this, like me, here's how this works. January through March, cruise lines offer big discounts for summer and fall travel. Right now, Royal Caribbean has 60% off your second guest and a kids sail free offer. Sign me up. Carnival Cruises offering room upgrades starting at just $1. Celebrity Cruises has 75% off a second guest with savings of up to $600 per room. Disney, and we've looked into some Disney cruises, they can be very pricey. They are offering 20% off plus an onboard credit of $250. The one thing that I have not looked into enough probably is traveling on a cruise for a family of 5. I don't know if they require you to get 2 rooms or not. Anybody who's traveled cruise with a family of 5, please let me know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about.
And it's amazing how popular Disney cruises are with just adults. You don't even have to have children.
I
like
know.
they're so good. So a lot of these deals run for a few days, then switch to a new offer. So if you want to book a cruise this year, you want to do it soon and make sure to check out those cruise line sites very often.
Yeah, our producer came in this morning and she was like, I think some of the deals changed already. So she was putting them in. So these are the new updated deals. But yes, you have to check often.
Yeah. All right. Well, something saucy is happening right now. We want to find out which places in our area make the best wings. All right, it's Team Talk Pittsburgh versus Team PTL again this year.
And here's how you can vote and nominate your favorite spot. Go to the Talk Pittsburgh and PTL Facebook pages right now. You're going to find the post up there. It's pinned to the top of the page. And leave a comment telling us what spot in town you think makes the best wings. Tell us a bit about why the place got your nomination as well. And right now, I can tell you that we have gotten, I think almost, at least on the Pittsburgh Today Live page, up to 1,000 nominations for their spot. Some front runners already starting to emerge as well.
Yeah, there's Bar 48 in Elizabeth, Inferno Pizza in North Huntington, and Wiggy's on Noblestown Road, just the name alone.
But will they stay on top? Who knows? Next week on Monday, we are going to reveal the Saucy 16. That's the day after Selection Sunday when March Madness officially kicks off. So make sure to get your last minute nominations in for your favorite spot.
Yeah, it's PTL on one side and Talk Pittsburgh on the other side. Then we will get down to the Just Too Good To. We'll have 2 winners, 1 for each show. The 2 spots that get the most votes and win the bracket will be on our shows.
Well, before we head to break, here is the Junior Achievement Question of the Week. As you know, it's Women's History Month, so we are highlighting women in business, in leadership, and in sports.
All right, here you go. So here's the question. Which of these Hollywood A-listers just took her side hustle baby food company public on the stock market this February, potentially making her the next billionaire mogul? Was it Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Garner, or Drew Barrymore? All you have to do is scan the QR code to vote.
I don't know the answer to this. I'm leaning towards one, but I don't know. Well, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh.
I don't know what I do. All I do is
Okay, wellness trends are getting a little loud, and one of the newest ones people are trying, yodeling to help lower stress. We are finding out the strangest trends you've tried and if they actually worked in today's 3 o'clock drop.
Oh, and the locally owned shop is returning to downtown Pittsburgh. Later, Boaz is checking out amazing books and Record's newest spot.
And kids reach new heights and milestones almost every day. In today's parent panel, we are talking about those memorable firsts and why they're so important for boosting confidence. That conversation when Talk Pittsburgh returns. There's our parent panel. We'll be right back.
Do you you remember your first roller coaster or getting your first pet.
Or maybe, like Rocco, my son, learning about the constellations for the first time. He is so pumped about Orion's belt and being able to find it in the sky now, and he wants to know more about who Orion was, if he was real, how did he die, how did he end up in the sky.
Orion is one of the most distinguished constellations on the sky. All of its stars are bright. It's got a belt. He's a hunter. He straddles the Earth's equator on the sky so that both the northern and southern hemispheres see him. So if that's your first constellation out of the box, it's a good one.
Ooh, okay. First of all, can we say Neil deGrasse Tyson
We
joined
were
us
just
on the show yesterday?
smiling the entire time. He was just so happy.
He was, though, almost as excited as Rocco to talk about Orion, and we loved that. For today's parent panel, we're talking about those memorable first. And with us, we have Rachel Redevec, co-host of Ya Jag Off podcast. We have Latoya Wilson of Motherhood Redefined, and Connie Feda, owner of Cookie Ice Cream. And we are so happy to have you joining us for the first time. I had the pleasure of meeting you a few years ago when your cooler broke down, and it was so wonderful to see the help come through, and it's been wonderful knowing you.
It has been.
All these years.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to talk about memorable first, and we'll just go through for each one of you. If you have one for your kids, and Rachel, we'll start with you.
Okay, there's so many. As parents, we mark everything down, right? Especially with that first one. And so the usual walking and talking and first words, great. Mine was reading. When you actually see your child link words together, form into a sentence, and actually able to start to comprehend what they're saying, to me was like, it was the aha moment.
Isn't it amazing to see that happen in your kids?
It's amazing to see it happen in your kids, but it also gives another respect to teachers,
Right.
Because
True.
that is a huge ordeal for me.
I'm so there right now, Rachel,
Yeah.
because we're working on Logan putting, I mean, he's 2.5, but we're working on
He's
him putting exceptional,
Yeah.
2 words together, because right
That's a
now
big deal.
everything is one word.
Sure.
And so to see him be able to form sentences whenever
Yep.
that may happen, I'm going to cry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
So there you
Yes.
go.
And Connie, what about for you?
So my son Addison, when he was about 18 months old, we had a big dog, a big sheepdog, and he was panting. And my husband said, "That dog's hot. I guess it's a hot dog." And Addison took 1 second and then lost his mind. He laughed so hard. And that's the first time that he
Understood
humor. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Gosh, that's so wonderful.
Over a dad joke.
Oh, right?
Of anything. And Latoya, what about for you?
So I'm going to go all the way to the other end of the spectrum. So my oldest daughter went away to college. And so the first night in the dorm, she called me bawling. She's probably going to be so upset when she sees this. But called me bawling, couldn't handle it, didn't know where things were, didn't know how to operate the stove, didn't know how to do any of these things, right? She just had a mind blank. But by the second time of calling and me not answering, she figured it out. She gained the confidence to kind of move through the process. And now that she's in her second year, I barely hear from her.
I know.
So it's confidence compounds.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think
Have to
kids
try.
underestimate how hard it is to go off and be on your own and be away from your parents. It is not easy. I did the same
easy.
thing. Like, I called home crying, so it was so tough. But before we move on, we want to talk about you. You had a really big first yourself, right? You just became a licensed counselor, right?
Yes, I did.
That's huge.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It was such a long road, but as I shared with you earlier, long road, but it was a first, and I'm glad I'm here. It's going to be the last. I'm not going back to school.
Never say much work.
But it was definitely a big confidence booster for me.
And that's amazing. Latoya, we're so happy for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, I think with each stage, I'm so glad you brought up college, because I think that that's one of those things that as I'm getting closer to, my heart is like hurting, thinking like one day they are going to leave, and you want them to have the confidence to not call you, you know, like you want them to find that in themselves. But were there any firsts for each of you that you were nervous about? And maybe we'll start with you, Latoya.
Oh my
Go back
gosh.
to you. Was it college?
There's
Did you
so
find
many.
It?
I think college was the big one.
Yeah.
Because she's in Baltimore. So leaving her, I think I cried. She cried. I cried on the ride home. And so that was my big one that was scary.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she did. It's what we wanted for her to explore and to learn and build that confidence in herself.
It's wonderful. And Connie?
My oldest did her occupational therapy rotation in Belfast.
Wow.
And this is the kid that talked to me every single day and suddenly couldn't talk to me every single day. That was Don't tell her, but that was nerve-wracking.
It was nerve-wracking, hard to not hear from them.
I would say their first losses because they experienced their first
one.
big loss. You know, my mother passing this year or last year, and that really made me have to look at them and say, how do I help them? How do I deal with their first big loss? And that was it. Yeah.
We had something like that, and this was a couple years ago, and it was not a person. We have not, thankfully, yet had to deal with the loss of a close family member or friend. But we did have to, put our dog down, unfortunately, due to old age. And I remember thinking, you almost like, you can see your motherhood coming through because that was my baby dog, and I could not cry. And I did shed some tears. I wanted her to see that it's okay to be vulnerable, but at the same point, you're so wrapped up in seeing them go through this for the first time that you want to be as there for them as you can, as present as you can. And I don't know if you felt that way at all going through your grieving and your loss, but it is.
Yeah,
I
think you're right. And everyone's different.
Right.
So you have to accept that. And the fact that you may feel a certain way, but as your children, you're seeing them as children, but I have 2 adults. So they were adult children that I wanted to baby, you know?
Yeah. For me, of sending Logan off to daycare, I scoured the city looking for the best daycare. When I finally found it, I mean, I felt comfortable letting him go, but it was so hard. Yeah.
I'm so glad we had this conversation because I think it's a good reminder that no matter what we're doing in life and our circumstances, we are all going through something that feels very similar at the very least. So thank you for coming in and talking about this today. Very good. And congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our parent panel discussions are the second Tuesday of every month right here on Talk Pittsburgh.
And we'll link you up to Cookie Ice Cream and your Jagoff podcast and Motherhood Redefined on our website.
Next on the show, we are loving this break from the cold. Mary, we really want to enjoy this before the cool off again. And we heard some things this morning that we do not even want to talk about.
Yeah, nope, let's worry about the storms tomorrow. That's going to be the big thing. So tomorrow we have storms on and off all throughout the day. I'll let you know what the biggest risks will be, all coming up.
We've been very lucky these past 2 days with at least some warmer temperatures.
Yeah, but I don't think that that's going to last for very long, Mary.
No, well, we have, it's going to be warm. It's not going to be the 78 that we had on Saturday. It's not going to be the low 70s like we have today. We do start to see things cool down closer to normal. Like when we talk about normal, we should normally be into the mid 40s, right? But now all eyes tomorrow is what we're looking at with the risk for storms. So we have our severe weather outlook, meaning more scattered strong to severe storms. So when you see this highlighted in yellow, that just means we have a very high confidence that we're looking at more scattered strong to severe storms through the day tomorrow. So again, with that, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes possible, could even have some hail similar to Saturday, but it's not going to be one line that moves through. It's going to be multiple. So it's going to start in the morning and go throughout the day.
Yeah. So tomorrow is a first alert weather day, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I've heard you guys talk about this from like a scale from 1 to 5 when it comes to severe weather outlook. So where does this line of storms, this round of storms land?
Yeah, so this will be a 2 out of 5. So where you see the yellow, these are the risks that come along with that. So wind damage for sure. Isolated strong to severe storms with this. So when we see the yellow, that's more isolated. So we put the tornado risk to an isolated risk. So again, that means 1 to 2 tornado warnings could pop up, but we're more so looking at those scattered showers, those thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings that are going to be popping up through the day tomorrow, anywhere from the morning all the way through the night. So it's very unstable. So we have all of the ingredients in place. I mean, it's going to be moist. We have the mid 70s. So flooding, a low risk, even though we'll pick up about an inch of rainfall, but it's going to be frequent lightning, heavy downpours. Not a day you want to be outside for any plans.
So stay weather aware
Yes.
for tomorrow.
Good to know. Thanks, Mary.
Yep.
Turns out that yodeling isn't just fun. Research shows the big breaths and vocal acrobats can calm your nervous system, lower stress, and boost your mood.
So we want to know what's the strangest trend you've ever tried, and did it actually work? It's time for today's 3 o'clock drop, and Kiki B. Jones from Whammo is here to help us dive into your answers. Yodeling, was that your top pick?
Absolutely not. But I'm open to trying some things. I would say learning a new language. I signed on to Duolingo. And so I'm able to, I don't remember anything though.
I know, I'm the same way.
It's not
It's hard.
easy. I
Yeah.
thought it was easy, so I wouldn't say it hasn't not worked out.
Yeah.
So that's something. And then beauty products. I've tried like different things on how to keep my hair moist because my hair is so thick and it just sucks up all the moisture. So just trying to keep moisture in my hair. So those are the things I've tried.
You know, I would say that I am not proud of this, but I feel like I've tried at least every single diet trend under the sun before. Yeah, like I think, you know.
Wasn't there like a chicken soup diet, and then there's
there all these different things. There was one where I think it was like lemon water and hot sauce. I don't know. There's all of them are dumb. Don't do this.
If you ever think if there are so many, then they probably
They don't
work.
work. Right. The one that got me though was the keto. I was on that for like
tried it too.
36 hours and I was dreaming
starving.
of carbs.
Everything looked like chicken.
Have you ever tried apple
Just
cider
walked
vinegar?
around and
What was that?
Apple cider vinegar.
no.
Yeah, so that was
I've
the
heard
trend.
it, but
I
no.
still do it actually. You take an apple cider vinegar shot. Just take it, and it helps with your. It's supposed to help with your blood sugar. Yeah, keep you fuller longer.
No.
Yeah, it gets
No.
you right here because it's pretty strong.
No.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to drink it. That's
Not what it's for.
supposed to clean out your pipes or something. That's not for your vocals. Just saying.
Okay. Well, all right. We'll start with Jackie here.
like I'm
She
moving on.
says lymphatic drainage massage, facial mostly, but it is amazing.
Oh.
Okay, so
I
I have
asked for that.
I've heard of this stuff, and then also, isn't that kind of what those like little palettes are for, where you like?
I
supposed
never
to move
understood
the
that.
Yeah, the
supposed to move-
guasha.
No.
Yeah.
I don't get it. What is
don't
that
know.
supposed to do to my skin?
It's supposed to drain your lymph nodes.
They just want our money. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly
They
what
just
it is.
want our
Just
money.
put it on the thing.
That's
We
all.
just want your money. Under the title of the
We
brand.
know you'll fall
know,
for this.
yes.
You'll fall for it. We just want your money. Thank you.
Age McIntosh says 12 years ago, I went sugar-free and extremely low carb. See, this worked for you. I'm proud of you. She says it would be considered keto now. I learned to cook everything myself. I lost 120 pounds, went from a size 22 to 24 to a size 2. People
Wow.
thought it was crazy, but it worked and I kept it off. She did share some pictures as well. I saw them on Facebook. You look incredible.
22 to a 2?
Congratulations to you on all of your hard work.
That's amazing.
Like
That's
I said,
awesome.
I was 36 hours in, I think after baby 1, and I was like, no way.
no. Keto
Give
is
me
no
a
joke.
bagel.
It is
Yes,
hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything looked like a potato.
Right?
Everything.
Potatoes, pasta,
people started
rice.
looking like
Oh, my.
potatoes.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
cheese. I couldn't eat another
Yeah.
thing of cheese
Yeah.
to save my life.
So much cheese on
Keto
that.
serious.
Okay.
Joey Bag of Donuts says there was an incline treadmill walking trend, 12-3-30 workout. I don't know what that means. So
I'm glad I
12%
missed it.
incline. 12% incline, 3 miles per hour, 30 for 30 minutes. He says it's really tough, but it's a good workout.
Wait, Kiki's like, I think one of the trends I was thinking of is running, but I didn't.
Yeah, mine was running, and I did start running, and I'm doing the Galloway, so it's like 15-second run,
Yeah.
15-second
Yeah.
walk, and then kind of tread
But
through.
no, he's saying on an
Yeah,
incline,
I'm not- yeah,
and then
no.
yeah.
All right, so we have a couple things we wanted to see if you would try. We'll weigh in.
Okay.
Okra water.
Nope.
Made by soaking chopped okra overnight in your fridge. You strain it, drink the remaining juice. Some claim that it can support heart health, benefit your skin, help you lose weight, reduce stress, blah, 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 blah. Would you
Soaking
do
water.
it?
Nope.
No way.
I don't like okra just as a vegetable. It's slimy. It's gross.
slimy.
Can you
No, I'm
imagine
good.
what that would be like in water?
No.
Slime water. Ugh.
Sorry.
Hot pants. What? Bicycle shorts. I designed to make the wearer sweat away fat. So you just put on the pants. Oh, you have to ride. Do you have to ride the bicycle too?
No.
Like if I don't have to ride the bicycle, you just wear pants.
Bless
Okay,
you.
that could work.
Absolutely not.
I have,
What?
Have you seen my knees?
apparently have an aversion to this.
Yeah, clearly.
See?
What's wrong
That's why
with
it
your
doesn't
knees?
work. They're ugly.
What does that have to do with hot pants?
You know
Because
what? No,
you revealed
no.
my knees.
No, we're going to stop right there.
Have you
We
seen
are-
my knees?
We are not going to body shame
No.
ourselves. Kiki, you
Y'all
love
haven't
those
seen my knees.
I bet they're beautiful. They're
Show
beautiful.
you after the show.
Okay.
Okay, all right, last one. I don't know, do we have time? Dermaplaning. I have one of those little things.
Do you
I don't
shave
think you're-
the hair
Well,
off
it's
your
supposed
face?
to be it's supposed to be the dead skin on your face.
Well, then, because then your makeup goes on better if you
Yeah.
don't have like the fuzz.
The problem is that you wind up basically giving yourself a beard. You know what I mean? Like you don't
yeah,
want
that's happened to me before.
You don't want to shave off
I had
so
to
much.
go get
that you're like,
laser hair removal.
oh God, my 5
Don't
o'clock
do it.
shadow's showing.
Yeah,
What
I
is
know.
happening
It's not
right
a good
now?
look.
All right. Still to come. So we learned today we're not running and we're not shaving.
And we all have beards.
Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, how a partnership between local news outlets is helping everyone from small towns to city neighborhoods stay informed.
And local businesses returning to downtown, why they're investing in the space and how they're prepping for the draft. That's next. Downtown Pittsburgh has been undergoing a transformation over the last year as the city prepares for the NFL draft. Parks are being built, public spaces updated, and lots of new businesses are moving in. Boaz checked in with one of those new downtown businesses, Amazing Books and Records. And now, although this is more of a downtown reopening than a standard grand opening, take a look.
So when did you first open Amazing Books and Records?
We opened it almost 13 years ago in April 2013 over on Liberty Avenue, which is about 4 or 5 blocks from here at the intersection of Smithfield and Liberty.
After 11 years downtown, there was a change in building ownership and Eric had to close up shop. In the meantime, he'd also opened up a location in Squirrel Hill. Look at this romanticy section. Think Heather's read all these? So were you always keeping an eye on downtown real estate to see if you might be able to get back?
Yeah, we were always optimistic that it might happen, and thankfully this opportunity did.
Yeah, and shoppers were excited to see Amazing Books and Records return to downtown.
People are coming in, and they're excited by the breadth of our inventory. When we were over on Liberty years ago, it was a much smaller store.
Yeah.
And so we could have less inventory, and we were still very selective about what we had, but we didn't have space to offer something for everyone necessarily. And this place we do.
Gotta get myself a copy of Get Your Yayas out. And it seems like in the past decade or two, people have gotten really into vinyl again.
Oh yeah, it's huge. You may or may not know that in I think 2024, maybe it was 2025, for the first time since 1987, it was the #1 format for new recorded music. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Now we sell very little in the way of new records.
Yeah.
Most were 99.9% used.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
And what's the demographic of people looking at records? Do you see like teenagers coming in and looking?
Yeah, teenagers, early 20-somethings.
Yeah.
I'd say we have like 23-year-olds and 58-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think those are the two big categories, and then there's a lot in between.
Did you know that in 2012, 574 people in Castleblaney, Ireland dressed as the Hulk? Huh. And I know this from my previous shopping experience here, but this is the classic deal that you always offer.
Exactly. We created it in 2019, and you always get a free used book or a free used record priced up to $10 with every 3 things that you buy.
Yeah, I finally found a copy of the complete Book of Shrubs. And what are you expecting from the draft? Like, are you like beefing up your football book selection?
We are. Our sports selection, our football book selection. We have partners we work with fairly regularly. Hazel Grove Brewing, which is out of Hazelwood, local brew pub, and also Lucky Sign Spirits, another local distillery. And they're planning on popping up all week long with us. They'll be here selling their drinks and giving out samples.
Oh wow!
And looking
so
for
be a little more festive for the draft.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in some more gift-like items.
Yeah.
And beef up our sports inventory.
You love her music, but now you can finally try Martina McBride's cream of tomato soup.
If you're interested, I'll show you some of our rare collectible stuff. That I think is really fun to look at. You see the binding.
Oh my gosh, the marbled pages, like all that was probably hand dipped to make that design.
Yeah, 1888. And these are volumes of the very first Encyclopedia Britannica.
Whoa.
It came out, unbound, and people had to bind them themselves.
Oh wow, you would just get sheets of it.
Right.
So make sure to stop in if you're looking for an old classic, or if you want to be surprised. I was today days old when I learned that the Unifics existed. Sitting in at the Court of Love.
Oh, that is amazing to see a bookstore in downtown Pittsburgh. And a great time to check out Amazing Books and Records is this Thursday, March 12th. They'll have live music while you shop from 4 to 7 in the evening. We'll be right back with some good news after the break. Welcome back to Talk Pittsburgh. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us.
Ahead this half hour, you may have seen it. There's a new campaign rolling out across southwestern PA to support local journalism. We're going to show you how their message to the communities they serve and why now was the right moment.
And nearly 1,500 people are expected to gather for one powerful effort to stop hunger in our region. Find out how Empty Bowls is turning a simple meal into support for real families. But first, let's get into some good news that has us talking. Nominations are now open for Pittsburgh Magazine's Best of the Burgh. This is your chance to give your favorite spots the applause they deserve. You can nominate anything from specific types of restaurants, bakeries, and coffee shops to best places to take the kids and so much more. We'll link you up if you're interested in learning more.
And a big congratulations to Paige's Dairy Mart. The ice cream shop celebrated its 75th anniversary by opening with a long line, as you can see, and we are excited to hear they've added an ice cream truck to their business. And yes, we have already put in the request to have them stop by KDKA. Fingers crossed for us.
Yeah, I almost went yesterday. To change my mind. All right. Well, it may be getting a little warmer outside, but that doesn't mean soup season is over just yet. And that's a good thing because it's being served up this weekend for a very special cause.
The annual Empty Bowls fundraiser is happening this weekend in Shadyside, all to raise money to fight hunger across our communities. Here to help tell us more, we have Jennifer Zagorich from the Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and Chef George Austin from Butter Joint. It smells warm in here, I have to tell you. You know, this is an annual event. I know a lot of people know about this already, but for those who don't, tell us more about Empty Bowls.
Empty Bowls is a great event, and we partner Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and Just Harvest partner to bring the community together to share a simple meal of soup, bread, cookies, and really gather together to help our neighbors who are experiencing hunger.
Yeah, and so these are local restaurants that come together and have these amazing soup recipes. What are some of the local restaurants that participate?
Yeah, we have Butter Joint, we have Woolies, we have CCAC Culinary School.
Wow.
Yeah, just over 45 restaurants, caterers, culinary schools partner with us.
That's amazing.
And I want to know what you two have cooked up here because this looks, they both look incredible.
So good.
Can you tell us what you have down there, Chef Austin?
Sure, yeah. We have a Ukrainian borscht here. Beans, potatoes, cabbage.
Hearty.
Hearty. Beef short rib. And over here we have a creamy mushroom soup.
I was going to say, I smelled the mushrooms. It looks great. Are we able to sample a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to try them.
Sure.
I don't know. I want to try the borscht. Why not? When in Rome. Or Ukraine, I guess.
Yes, yeah, right. And Jennifer, what is the need for a program like this in our community?
Right now, the need is so extremely high. You know, gas prices just rose over 50 cents over a week. Folks are really having trouble making ends meet. And so with the food bank, and we serve 11 counties through our agency partners, our school programs, folks are really able to get the support that they need to make ends meet.
And so this is an event where people can come, they buy a ticket to it, they get to eat some soup and hang out, make friends, but they know that they're giving back at the end. So the money raised from this event will go back to support all of the efforts that you have in your communities.
All of our programs and the programs of Just Harvest, who really work on the advocacy side, working with our elected officials.
That is
How good is it?
I've never had anything like this before. It's delicious.
I think I want to try this one.
Yeah, the mushroom soup.
That's
What
really
is it
good.
like for you being part of this event?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, we really enjoy making the soup, and then I get to be at the event helping warm up the soup from all these great restaurants and chefs, and just help with the service and see the people and how happy it makes them.
Well, thank you for feeding us a warm bowl of soup today. We appreciate you coming in. Mikey's going to dig into her mushroom soup.
You know, and before we go, I want to say what's really cool about this event, you get a bowl to go home with, right?
You do, and there's some examples right there. I brought in some of my personal collection.
Fantastic.
And we partner with the Pittsburgh Center for Arts and Media to create these handcrafted bowls that you get to choose.
Well, cheers to some warmth in a bowl. Thank you for all you're doing for our communities.
That's really good. Well, the Empty Bowls fundraiser will be happening this Sunday at Road of Shalom in Shadyside. We will have more information about the event on our website. really good.
I know, I want another bite.
Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we're checking in with Christine Sorensen in the newsroom for your first look at the KDKA Evening News.
Plus, when our newsrooms work together, your neighborhood gets the win. Next, how this new collaboration is helping keep stories alive and why it matters for every corner of Pittsburgh. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Talk Pittsburgh. Today, we are taking some time to talk about local media. There is no doubt it's changing. And not just that, it's shrinking. 50 million people across the country have limited access to local journalism. We're talking news for and about their own communities. And last year alone, 136 newspapers shut down, more than 2 a week, according to a Medill study. We're feeling it here at home, too, with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette announcing it will close and the city paper ending earlier this year. But there is some good news. That same Medill study found more than 300 local news startups have launched nationwide over the past 5 years. Most of those are digital only, but it's still progress. And here in southwestern PA, many news organizations, including KDKA, are teaming up to support and strengthen local news. To talk more about this partnership, we have Gina Seibert, the Assistant Director of the Pittsburgh Media Partnership, and Tracy Liturgy, the Interim Managing Editor at the Butler Eagle and Cranberry Eagle. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Really important conversation because I think, at its core, people who are in this business, on the business side of it, know how important local journalism is, and we know how deeply it can affect our communities when they don't have it. So for both of you, what was it like to kind of form this alliance, this partnership, and make sure that we could strengthen local journalism?
Oh, I mean, it's critical to what we do. News organizations around this region are strapped for resources. We are making things work with what we have,
right.
And whenever we partner together, we can do more with the resources that we do have. For instance, the Latrobe Bulletin had recently announced plans to do an America 250 section, and I saw the post by their editor Abigail, and I reached out and I said, hey, we at the Butler Eagle have been doing this kind of history about the Pittsburgh region for the past year and a half. You can use the content,
wow.
The stories that we've done so far. And her response, it was, Tracy, that's fantastic. You too can use the stories that we just produced here. So whenever we do that, we're
strengthening what we're able to do.
Yeah.
And what about for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now we're at a critical moment where the information ecosystem, both in the city and the region, but across the United States, is under a lot of strain. And so, it's right at a moment where people also need trustworthy, accurate information the most. And so the Pittsburgh Media Partnership, bringing together around 40 news outlets in order to strengthen the local news ecosystem at a critical moment like this, is really important for serving our communities and, serving the public at large.
It's interesting, just thinking of my time out in the field as a reporter, when you have deadlines because you want to get things printed or online, you want to make sure that you're timely and accurate. And, I just remember, you want to make sure that you have so many sources. So you're calling all these people, you need people to get back to you. It all takes time, resources, and effort. So much to your point, working together can certainly strengthen all of that.
Absolutely.
So how is this collaboration going to work? And I know that there, as we can see here, 40 plus newsrooms working together.
Yeah, I mean, for the campaign, as you said, the announcement of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette closing, which would be a loss for the city and the region. And there's this narrative that produced at a national level that Pittsburgh will now be a news desert as a result.
Right.
And that's not really exactly the case. And so the Pittsburgh Media Partnership, with the help of Press Forward, have recently launched a 90-day awareness campaign to, tell everyone about all of the local news outlets that are already here doing the work every day to serve communities. And so you'll see these ads and these visuals on social media and in other places in order to show people that are looking to learn about what's happening in their communities, who's doing that work and where they can find it.
This is an effort to ensure we don't become a news desert.
Right.
Because places like the Butler Eagle, we need our community's support to keep doing what we're doing the way that we are. And so we want to tell our story story a little bit better.
It's so interesting because the whole landscape of how we get news has changed dramatically. I mean, we know that people are getting it, they want little nuggets, but they also want to make sure that you're doing all the work too. So it's like you need both things to be true at the same time. So it's really interesting. We took a poll on Instagram that we wanted to share with you too. If people think that there's enough local news coverage where they live. And I think overwhelmingly, we heard from people that yes, 83% said yes, we do feel like there's enough local news coverage. But I think it speaks to the point of there are places. We aren't a desert yet. We have places and resources to go to.
Absolutely, yeah. I know that people get information in so many different ways now. It's so easy to get on your phone, scroll through Facebook, through Instagram, and have access to all of this information, right? But what one reader had told us at one point when we were surveying our audience was that they don't necessarily believe that content that's out on these social pages until they read it in the Butler Eagle. And so we are that voice of reason. And I think that's just going to be so important into the future.
Absolutely.
As AI and other tools, just generate content, right?
That isn't true.
Real, not real.
Right,
yeah.
Well, thank you for the hard work that you guys are doing every single day to make sure that local journalism exists. We appreciate all of your efforts.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Learn more about the Pittsburgh Media Partnership on our website. You can go to kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. We'll have more information posted for you there. And still to come on the show, KDKA's Christine Sorensen is standing by in the newsroom with the stories you don't want to miss tonight on the KDKA Evening News. Taking a moment to find out what you can expect to see on KDKA TV News tonight at 4, 5, and 6.
Christine Sorensen is in our newsroom with some of the stories our news team is working on. Christine?
Well, Heather and Mikey, good afternoon. We've got a lot of stories we're working on. First of all, a man claims he suffered serious head trauma after he was hit in the head with a large unopened can of beer at a concert last year at the Pavilion at Star Lake. We're talking with his attorney about how the injury has impacted his life and why the attorney says a concert venue itself bears some of the blame for what happened. We're going to explain all that and more coming up. Also, for the first time in history, nurses and advanced practitioners at McGee Women's Hospital are proposing what they're calling evidence-based national staffing standards to UPMC. We're going to share what they had to say today and what it could mean for nurses and patients. And the dean of Trinity Episcopal Cathedral in Pittsburgh is facing charges accused of stealing more than $1,000 in baseball cards from a local Walmart over the span of several days. KDKA lead investigator Andy Sheehan is looking into that.
That seems like a very bizarre story.
It really does.
I want to go back to the man who was injured at the concert at Star Lake. So what kind of injuries are we talking about?
Yeah, his attorney says he was knocked unconscious and had a concussion. And since then, he's developed a stutter and other cognitive issues, all allegedly tied to being hit in the head with that beer can. Ross Gadati's working on that story. He's going to have a lot more coming up in our newscast this afternoon.
Okay. Very unfortunate. Thank you, Christine. All right, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we're wrapping things up with another look at what we're chatting about on tomorrow's show.